Good afternoon. I'm here from a Mayor's Report on Wednesday, January 27th. I literally just finished giving the State of the City address here at the Shannon Community Center. I want to talk briefly about that, but first I want to talk about Andre Ward. We did a special presentation for Andre Ward, the key to the city, for his accomplishments. Andre Ward is a Dublin resident who is the Super WBA middleweight champion of the world, which is an incredible accomplishment to have a world champion in Dublin, an Olympic gold medalist from the 2004 Olympics in Athens, and more important than his boxing, recognize him for his amazing accomplishments just working within the community, a man of character and definitely someone worth emulating. So we did a special presentation. We're going to upload that video as well so you can see his acceptance of that. Really quickly, gave the State of the City, kind of difficult to summarize a 40-minute speech in a couple of minutes. I recommend you go to the TV30 website and you can see the entire speech. TV30, we've worked hard to update the website. That'll have the listing of programs, but it should be running continuously for the next few weeks. So I encourage you to see that. You'll get a full picture of the entire city. Again, tv30.org is the website, and you can get the listing in terms of the program. But in terms of the speech itself, I will do a quick summary because I talked about the changing landscape of the city and in a lot of different ways. Talked about the changing landscape in terms of our fiscal challenges, and obviously we're facing fiscal challenges with the budget in terms of the property and sales tax and working with that. As I've talked about proudly before, in 2009, one of the greatest accomplishments I think that I'm proudest of is that we were able to get through that budget despite dropping down to 1999 revenue levels for sales tax without any major cuts for programs or services. So that's something that we're going to continue to work on for 2010 as a top priority. Talking about public safety, maintaining the top priority despite everything, that we're going to continue to preserve that, maintain Dublin here as a safe community. Talked about the business landscape. We know that it's difficult times and how the city is working relative to the economic incentives. I gave an update on some of the incentives we've passed, as well as the incentives we're going to be working on in the coming year. Recognizing the fact that Dublin, we only control about 90%. What we control, 90% is out of our control, but the part that we control relative to bringing business to Dublin, whether it's high-end corporate jobs or whether it's retail, we will do everything we can in terms of streamlining our processes. And I gave the example of Tree of Beauty, who we went through plan check in a 2-week period. And that's the type of way that we want to do business in Dublin. We continue to have conversations with brokers, with property owners, with prospective tenants, and we will move them through the process quickly. That 10% on the margin that we control, we will continue to do our greatest job relative to bringing business to Dublin, and that remains a top priority. Talk in terms of the landscape of parks and recreation, all the different accomplishments there, whether it's Fallon Sports Park or the Heritage Park or the sports grounds, that we're doing everything we can, the trails, Alamo Canal, Dublin West Hills Regional Trail. So I talked a lot about that and the trails. Public Works, talked about the changing landscape in terms of the streetscape, all the different things there relative to that, some of the transportation improvements, particularly in the east with I-580 and Fallon, with the bus rapid transit system, with Dublin Boulevard's connection to Fallon. So there's some changing landscape there in terms of transportation. Talked about the environment and the environmental landscape changing, particularly as it relates to our new Environmental Services Division and the Green Initiatives Task Force. And I think finally I talked about communications and how we've elevated that as a city as a strategic goal, and we continue to do everything we can to communicate better in terms of expanding, enhancing our website, which is undergoing a major overhaul, social media, push technologies, and just everything that we do gaining resident input as a big part of the planning process, and our community partnerships. And I gave a list of all the different governmental agencies, businesses, and nonprofits that we continue to partner with in the coming year to provide the services and programs that residents deserve. So again, tv30.org, you can check the site, see the whole speech, but that's my update for today, January 27th. Have a great day.